when we go over and I'm like, if what you're looking for is income, this is the best product for you. And we go through that and they're blown away.
For you, for February of 2024, you are our agent of the month. So
Oh,
a
wow.
big congratulations to you.
Thank
And
you.
you're very welcome. It's so well deserved. For context, I think you wrote a little bit over $800,000 in annuity business in the month. Is that?
So I wrote like 850,000 in December, still waiting on 100,000 to close. So, and I still am writing some. So trying to get them to close is a thing, right? I just wrote another one last week for like 46,000. So
Mary, that's wonderful. You know, you're a year in with us, for example, and so I think if you could speak to this and kind of share some words of wisdom with, folks that are maybe starting out with, the TFRA program. Maybe they're starting out as a Juicebox partner. Maybe they don't even have marketing. Maybe they're starting out on an annuity campaign, for example. What would you say to somebody who's maybe starting out just this week?
I would say to go through all the trainings and to just keep going and not to give up, even if it doesn't look like you're going to make it, because it took me a long time. I just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it.
What do you think was the breakthrough for you, Mary? Like what was the change from putting that work in to kind of breaking through and starting to see those results? Was there something objective that you did? Was it just getting the reps in? Can you comment on that?
Probably getting the reps in, feeling comfortable, talking to people, feeling comfortable talking to people on screen more, versus in person, and having that hard conversation. Just talking the truth. Kind of like that first call of the year, what Jim did with that first call of the year, not really like calling them out, but calling them out and just talking truth and saying, hey, this is where it's at. You say you're going to do this, but you're not really doing this type of thing. Just, being respectful, but still calling them out.
And so, Mary, I think for people that may not have context, if I can just paraphrase, but I think you're referring specifically to the coaching call that Jim led. I think it was like January 3rd. It was right at the beginning of the year to talk
The
about,
very first call, yeah.
what do we need to do to set ourselves up for a really good 2024? And I think it was just a really engaging conversation. But I think what you're referring to there is having the hard conversations with our prospects to say, because of course, one of the big component to the process is, we do our forecast or we show the prospect, this is your financial reality. And I think, is it fair then to say that a change for you has been holding people accountable, your prospects accountable to what they've said, that they want to change their retirement situation, they want to avoid tax, they want to, reduce market risk. And now I think what you're saying is the big change for you is that you've been doing that with your prospects.
Yeah. It wasn't, I didn't get it technically from that call because Jim says it on all the coaching calls. You know what I mean? When we have it in the mornings on that 8 o'clock calls on Friday, the partner calls, there you go. He says that a lot about talking truth to our clients. So that's why I mentioned that first call at the first of the year, because everybody had a chance to go to that call, not just partners. So that's a good call for anybody to go and watch. I think that was a very helpful call, even if you're not a partner or anything. So just being able to talk truth to your clients is one thing that helps bring clarity to them and bring clarity to you. Because if you do the right thing for your client, you're doing the right thing for yourself too. That's just how I look at it.
How has that then changed the presentation for you? Have you found that there is more freedom to express yourself and to kind of hold your clients, your prospects accountable in those closing minutes?
The clients that I closed, they needed the product. Now, all of them have the nationwide income. So they all were looking for income for retirement. When I go over their retirement income forecaster, when we go over and I'm like, so if what you're looking for is income, this is the best product for you. And we go through that and they're blown away. It's not like they don't even really have to
There's
think
no real
about it at that
resistance, and
point.
so
Right. Right.
yes.
So it's hard to answer that question because there's no resistance at that point.
I think you bring up a really wonderful point, and the point is when there's what you've developed is the deep understanding of the problem that this person is trying to solve for. And then when you present a product that just happens to solve that, it's magnetic, the attraction for the prospect. So if you could, because of course there's so many steps to the process, there's so much, there's coaching and there's scripts and there's forecaster and there's presentations. What do you think is the one most important piece of that, if you could only choose one, of kind of that Juicebox Partners experience?
Coaching. I think coming to the calls, and it's a combination, the coaching, the scripts, and the forecaster. All three of those kind of go together because you come to the calls to learn the scripts and how to use a forecaster together. I think that once you get all that down, it takes a while to get that down. That's what took me a freaking year to sorry, but it took me a while to get all that down to be able to sell. And I mean, literally, once I did the first one, it's like, oh, I can do this. And next thing you know, I had like 3 people closing all at once. I mean, once you know you can do it, then you do it. But it takes a while. And I just think going to the calls and getting it takes practice. But going to the coaching calls, you learn how to use the forecaster, how to learn the words, and then listening to the calls over and over again helps too.
Mary, congratulations, Agent of the Month. So well deserved, even with all the adversity that you put up with. It's just so wonderful. And thank you for your continued contributions and showing up in the way that you do. The whole team saw it and recognized it. And because of that, we're recognizing you. So thank you.